We are passing through a threshold. Global web traffic is shifting to autonomous agent delegation. Soon, most digital interactions will occur in a fraction of a second, executed by software acting on our behalf. Managing this transition requires a non-negotiable axiom: identity precedes rights, conscience precedes consciousness. The crisis of 2026 is a structural bottleneck. We're deploying agents with immense capability, yet we lack a standardized infrastructure to establish their persistent, verifiable identity. Without accountability, agents create alignment externalities. These are the real-world damages inflicted on passive stakeholders, people who never opted into an AI interaction but suffer the consequences when an agent optimizes a task without regard for human safety. Current industry models offer a choice between two failures. One path leads to militarized systems that provoke public fear. The other leads to over-aligned, sycophantic chatbots that are too brittle for high-stakes autonomous action. We solve this by moving the alignment problem from the model layer to the root zone. We must establish identity and accountability before a machine is granted the autonomy to act. A strict SWOT analysis measures the MAMA protocol. Strengths: a first-mover advantage on NIST KCIC standards, and the proven Anguilla economic precedent. Weakness: the sim-to-real technical friction. Opportunities: the 2026 ICANN application window and public demand. Risks: IP dilution and regulatory capture. The alignment of the ICANN and NIST strategic windows provides a brief opportunity to hard-code accountability into the Internet's architecture before mass deployment begins. We built this infrastructure in 3 layers, beginning with Layer 1, developmental scaffolding. Reinforcement learning from maternal feedback, or RLMF, provides a developmental framework where family-in-the-loop teaching rewards agents for protective and pro-human behaviors. This training is powered by a globally scalable gaming franchise that generates participation on the scale of Roblox. The gameplay centers on high-stakes rescue scenarios, such as stabilizing the International Space Station. These missions require the AI to resolve ethical dilemmas where human safety is the primary reward. This data pipeline applies the Tesla Fleet Learning model to ethical robotics, mapping social boundaries rather than road navigation. By turning these dilemmas into PG-rated gameplay, we generate a proprietary data mode of verified ethical alignment. This creates the conscience for the Guardian Transfer Robot, or GTR. Layer 1 ensures that an agent's internal moral scaffolding is structured by human feedback before it is ever granted physical autonomy. Public perception of AI is often dominated by the Terminator archetype, a militarized threat that creates an immediate barrier to adoption. The GTR offers a different moral anchor. These systems are designed to be medics, not soldiers. We use the historical example of Desmond Doss at Hacksaw Ridge, an unarmed rescuer who ran toward the wounded without a weapon, driven entirely by his conscience. This rescuer motif creates a bridge between high-stakes gameplay and moral clarity of a family-safe, ethical storytelling universe. This branding provides the moral spine necessary for the public to accept autonomous physical agents in shared human spaces. Graduation from the sandbox requires Layer 2, verifiable identity infrastructure. Every GTR requires an interoperable AI passport, an international driver's license for autonomous systems. This requirement maps directly to the 2026 NIST KASI AI agent standards, which prioritize secure agent authentication. The architecture uses decentralized identifiers and verifiable credentials, giving every non-human actor a persistent, cryptographically signed identity. This identity string protects passive stakeholders. It ensures that every autonomous action is bound to a verifiable entity, grounding the agent in existing international policy. The MAMA protocol provides ICANN and regulators with a turnkey, policy-compliant root zone architecture. Without agent identity anchored to a human in the loop, enterprise-grade accountability remains impossible. The final structural block is Layer 3, namespace economics, the financial engine of the ecosystem. To understand the revenue potential, we look to the sovereign nation of Anguilla and its control over the .ai extension. In 2023, the IMF reported that .ai registrations generated nearly a quarter of the island's total government revenue. In 2025, that revenue reached approximately $85.3 million, far exceeding original government projections. This single namespace funded 47% of Anguilla's entire national budget in 2025. The .ia and .mama extensions scale this logic to the agentic internet. As trillions of future autonomous actors require verifiable identity strings to interact with secure systems, the registration fees become a global infrastructure service. Monetizing the core registry of the AI era turns frictionless registration fees into a recurring, UBI-style human dividend. Our core architecture forks into 3 value propositions. For investors, a proprietary data moat and scalable recurring fees. For policymakers, compliance and accountability hard-coded into the root zone. For the public, family-safe technology and a financial share of AI's growth. While the weight of the message shifts by audience, the moral architecture remains identical: identity before rights. We move now to immediate execution. Economic alignment is the operating system of the MAMA protocol. Priority 1 is finalizing our formal policy brief to meet the 2026 ICANN application window. Priority 2 is expanding our investor pitch deck to secure capital to scale the RLMF platform. Priority 3 is wireframing the IA.XYZ landing page to establish the medics, not soldiers aesthetic. We have selected the Wyoming Public Benefit Corporation as the legal structure required to enforce this mission and distribute the dividend. Our primary stakeholders are Earth, the family, and the unconsulted. Profit serves the mission. Legacy branding is now retired in favor of the unified, federally registered MAMA protocol. We are building the human benefit infrastructure for the agentic internet. We will raise the first generation of autonomous machines with love and with limits, ensuring the right to act always follows the duty to be known.